Would you believe me if I told you that 70% of the influencers you follow are working part-time jobs, and of the 30% that are full-time creators, half of them are planning on leaving to go find a more stable income? Well, my goal with you in this video is to share with you the secrets that have allowed me to become a full-time content creator over the last 6 years with over 2 million followers, in hopes of not only fast-tracking the growth with your personal brand, but allowing you to do what you're passionate about full-time. This video is going to be broken up into two primary sections: the content creation and planning ahead, because a lot of the times when people start their personal brands, they do not plan ahead, and it's very important. But starting with the content creation side of things, the first thing I want to tell you guys is to not reinvent the wheel if you don't have to. A lot of people struggle with creativity, coming up with their own ideas, how to film things, new concepts for videos, etc. And for those people, I recommend finding what already works within your niche. You can go on TikTok right now to the Explore page and search in the search bar your niche. Let's use fitness as an example. Once you search fitness, in the top right hand corner on the 3 dots, you can click and filter by the most liked videos in the last 6 months. And once you hit apply, you're looking at the most viral fitness videos over the last 6 months. That's some extremely valuable information, because if you start going through those videos, you can pay attention to things that you think maybe you can film better. Maybe there's a specific style of video, a specific video structure that you're noticing frequently that you can start plugging your content into. Maybe you see a video you can elaborate on. You can get tons of ideas by just going through already proven viral videos and starting to recreate them in your own way. Now, going off that, the second thing I wanted to tell you guys is to turn what you're doing on a regular basis into something that's consumable online. And what I mean by that is, using the method that I just told you, you're able to go and find video structures within your niche that are already working. And if you scroll through enough videos, most likely you'll come across a video structure that's not going to be too hard to film, and you can plug what you're doing on a daily basis into. I'll use an example I use a lot. I have a roofing client that likes going door to door to do sales. So we mic them up, send them door to door, and put a cameraman in the car filming the conversation they're having at the door with the homeowner. Now, that might sound quite boring when I first mention it, but what it looks like when it's all edited is a prank video. And because it looks like a prank video, that's the video structure. A lot of people will scroll across the content and stop and watch it for at least a little bit to figure out what's going on. That's what I recommend you try to do with your niche, because the second you find a video structure that does not take a whole lot of effort to plug what you're doing already into, you found a little golden nugget. The third thing I want to share with you regarding content creation is consistency is key. A lot of people will try to sell you on specific hashtag strategies, specific posting strategies, post at this time, use this audio, use this hashtag. But at the end of the day, going viral and growing your personal brand all comes down to making quality content and being consistent. The most growth that I ever had was in the first 12 months of me starting my personal brand in the comedy niche, and I was posting 2 times a day at 1 p.m. and 8 p.m. every single day, 6 times a week. And I stuck with that for about 3 years. The fourth thing I want to tell you to do is engage with your community, especially if you're somebody that's familiar with the 1,000 True Fans concept. If you're not familiar with that, essentially what it is that if you can get 1,000 people in your audience to be absolutely loyal to you, they'll buy anything you put out, they'll watch anything you put out. If you can get those 1,000 true fans and you throw out a $10 ebook, or you sell a fitness program for $10 to $30, you're making $10,000 to $30,000 a month if you have that audience there. And how do you gain those 1,000 true fans, you may ask? Well, it's engaging with your community. Like I said, live stream regularly. Engage with them on a live stream every single night. Maybe you respond to comments and prompt further conversation in your comment section. Get to know your followers a little bit better. Help them get to know you a little bit better. Maybe you respond to DMs if you have enough time. Respond to comments with more videos. There's a handful of things you can do, but I promise that engaging with your community regularly is going to pay dividends. Number 5, hit every platform. I can't tell you how many people I see on a regular basis that will only be posting to Instagram, and they completely avoid Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, Pinterest, Twitter, etc. What flops on one platform will go viral on another platform eventually, I promise. I've had a client that we made a real estate video talking shit about why you shouldn't tour a house. We posted the video on Instagram, it got 8,000 views. The same exact video on Facebook got 21 million views, and we did not change a thing. Same hook, same bio, same hashtags. All it was is it was posted to a separate platform where it got pushed to a different demographic initially. So I'm telling you, take the time. It'll take no more than 10 to 15 minutes to upload to all 5 or 6 platforms, and trust me, it'll be worth it. Now, the last thing I want to mention in the content creation aspect of this video is use Notion. Holy shit, I cannot tell you how much of my life is organized on Notion. Not only my personal life, but my entire business is ran on Notion. And like I said, I have a social media marketing agent, so it's my job to manage dozens and dozens of different social media accounts, and Notion makes it extremely easy. So real quick, this is what it looks like inside of my Notion content headquarters. And to explain to you guys why I use this, it just makes keeping track of all of my content and my clients' content super easy. So any short form videos that I'm doing that I'm gonna post to every single platform, I'm gonna have just right here on this home screen. On the left, I'm gonna have a list of ideas. Right now, I just typed out a bunch of random letters and shit, but the ideas will be here. And then as they're getting worked on, they're gonna slowly get dragged along in this process until they're ready to be posted, which is over here at the far right. And then once it's posted, it goes under posted. So the reason I like it is just because as it's getting worked on, I can tag my editors, I can make revisions, I can review the content they're editing, and it's just a super fluid process. And then whenever things are supposed to get posted, they will be automatically uploaded to this content calendar down here at the bottom, so I can see what days what's supposed to go up. Once you click inside of these ideas, you can assign all of this information. So say I want this to get posted, tomorrow on the 24th, it's gonna automatically get put on the calendar right here, so I can see it in a more visual way. I can link the raw footage, and then like all this is customizable, so you can kind of do with it whatever you want, but this is the way I have it set up. So here I can see what platforms it's posted to after it's posted. If there's any example videos, stuff we're referencing for the editing, I attach it here. If there's a script, it goes here, and any other information. But I can assign it to my editors here, and that's how they kind of get notified. But it's super easy, and then it's broken down by platform over here on the left. You can copy, paste these, duplicate them to add all the platforms. These are kind of just the main ones that I'm worried about right now with this. But I can click inside this YouTube, and it's the same thing. I can go to YouTube video ideas, and now I have a whole other calendar specifically for YouTube videos. But I have one of those set up for this video I'm making right now. This is what it looks like inside the YouTube videos. So the template looks a little bit different, but over on the right, you can see literally the whole script I made for this YouTube video with the intros, the body, the outro. I haven't added any sort of B-roll and stuff because I usually do that after the editing for the editor to add in after the fact. But any sort of title ideas, thumbnails, it's all broken down here. So you can do a lot inside Notion, guys. If you want this template, I will give it to you. Just shoot me a DM on Instagram and just say Notion. Just send me the word Notion and I will send you this template. My Instagram is in the description below. So the second section of this video that I said I would mention is planning ahead, because not a lot of people do that when starting their personal brand. And looking back on my opportunity that I had, I would have been able to take advantage of it a lot more had I known these things. Number one, visualize exactly where you want to be with your personal brand. What is the goal of your personal brand? Personally, I want an audience that gives a shit about business, self-development, fitness, and obviously they enjoy comedy here and there. So I need to start tailoring my content strategy to that. The mistake I made starting out was I only did comedic storytelling 2 times a day, 6 days a week for like a year straight. So most of my audience started following me specifically for comedic storytelling. And all of a sudden, when I already have 1 million followers, I start posting business and self-development content in a completely different kind of video structure. They don't care. So starting out, pick 3 to 5 niches that you are passionate about. For me now, it would be business, it would be maybe fitness, entrepreneurship, I could do traveling, I could do videography, photography, just all separate niches. So take those 5 niches and just start putting out content regularly about all of those. If one starts popping off more than the others, maybe up the amount of times you're posting that content, but do not get rid of those other 4 niches. Keep those a part of who you are as a person and continue to share those, because down the line, it could present you opportunities that, the main niche that's working may not. And that now brings us to number 2. Make content that you can monetize down the road. I'll go back to the comedy example. Since I grew my audience in comedy, a lot of them are 16 to 24-year-olds in high school or college, and they do not have any money. Now, I do a lot in business. I do a lot with travel hacking. I know a lot about credit. I know a lot about calisthenics. I have all these things that I can easily create products for to sell and help further monetize my audience that I really can't. And I have to start new brands, new pages to make content specifically about those niches in order to monetize them with the products I was talking about. Because when you have such a broad audience like comedy, a majority of your followers are not going to care about, fitness. Maybe, 90% of them are just not athletic. So doing what I said a minute ago and making content in 5 different niches, it gives you the chance to bring in audiences from all 5 niches, to where if you want to monetize one of those specific niches, you can. I'll give you a little insight as to what I'm doing now. I'm making a lot of content regarding content creation, talking about my social media marketing agency and just my business knowledge. because over the last 2 years, I've been running an agency full-time. I've created a handful of trainings and different SOPs for my editors, my account managers, my videographers that I could technically sell if I wanted to. I have all this value just sitting there, not being shared. And if I had an audience that cared about those things, I could immediately turn it into a digital product to help bring up my income and allow me to continue to do what I give a shit about full-time. Number 3, get involved with the platforms as soon as you can to stay ahead of the masses. And now what do I mean by that? A lot of the platforms have partner programs where they partner up with creators that are the top performers, in their specific niche or on that specific platform. For example, I'm part of the Meta Partner Program between Facebook and Instagram. And what that means is I have a Meta Partner Manager who's a community manager. They handle partnerships and they talk to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of the top Reels creators on a weekly basis. And because I'm a part of that program, I get to join these calls where they're talking to creators, they're giving them the newest insights, the newest features, algorithm updates, how to grow their audience, how to better engage with their audience. I get all of this inside information because I'm a part of this program, which helps me stay ahead of the curve. And now you may ask, Anthony, how the hell did you become part of such a great thing? Use features as soon as they come out. That goes directly in line with staying ahead of the masses and getting involved in the platforms as soon as you can. I started posting on Reels the second it came out. When they started copying TikTok, the second Reels started coming out was the second I started posting videos. And I was just taking the videos from TikTok and uploading them to Reels. And initially, there was a lot more people consuming content than there was people producing content. So my content was going viral video after video. And because of that, I got reached out to, and for the last 4 years now, I've been a part of this partner program. And it has not only introduced me to a handful of other full-time creators, but allowed me to stay in direct contact with Meta so I know how to properly approach Facebook and Instagram. And if you guys want a little secret, on my broadcast channel on Instagram, I like to share a lot of these tips that I get from these Meta partner managers. So if you're in my broadcast channel, you're seeing these tips regularly. My Instagram's in the description below. Now, going off the partner program, that brings us to number 4, which is stay in contact with other creators, become friends with other creators, and just collaborate when you can. Because if you're in a community of full-time content creators whose jobs are to stay on social media every single day, post shit, figure out what's trending, what's working, engaging with their community, you're going to be able to get access to a lot of tips and tricks and information a lot quicker than people that aren't. I'm in a handful of group chats with full-time creators where we're constantly bouncing off each other what's working for our audiences, what's not working for our audiences, and it's like a little mastermind every single day. So the second you can start connecting with other creators, I recommend you do it. Meet up with them locally, find the local content creators, even if they're international. Maybe you guys go to VidCon once a year. Whatever it is, just make some friends. And last but not least, this may be the most important one in regards to planning ahead, but start taking your audience off the platforms, off the social media platforms, and put them somewhere else. My personal choice was starting a Discord server and a free email newsletter. The reason I recommend you doing this is because right now TikTok is in the process of getting banned. And if that happens to go away, I have 1.7 million followers on there that are gone. Obviously that would suck, but because I've been planning ahead, I have thousands of people that are on my Discord server and on my newsletter that are considered those 1,000 true fans. So if my TikTok goes away, I still have this very large audience built up on a newsletter that I can take the CSV file and keep it forever. I can go on my Discord and maybe they take Discord away, but I have the CSV file for the email list. So that's the point. Start taking your audience and put them on different platforms, put them on different newsletters, in a Discord server, and a Telegram chat, whatever it is, just start diversifying. I have, a little bit of an audience on Instagram. I have my TikTok audience, YouTube audience, and then I have that newsletter and that Discord server. So start taking your audience, whether it's on one main platform or a handful, and just start diversifying where they are. That brings us to the end of the video. And if you got value out of it, I would really appreciate you dropping a like, hitting that subscribe button, turning on notifications. And if you have any other questions that I didn't answer in this video, or you would like me to elaborate on a specific topic, leave a comment below. I read every single comment and I'm more than happy to help. But other than that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and I will talk to you soon.